Welcome to the News Hour. Both presidential candidates took their campaigns to the Midwest today, fighting for crucial wins across the so-called blue wall. Vice President Kamala Harris is in Wisconsin tonight, but we begin in Michigan, where former President Donald Trump gave a familiar and false rallying cry. Laura Barone-Lopez starts our coverage.
In central Michigan this afternoon, Donald Trump was on defense.
You know, last election, we did great in 2016. A lot of people don't know we did much better in 2020. We won. We did win. It was a rigged election. You have to tell Kamala Harris that's why I'm doing it again.
The stop in a key battleground state comes one day after a federal judge unsealed a court filing from special counsel Jack Smith's case, charging Trump for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. In 165 pages, prosecutors outline new details about Trump's, quote, increasingly desperate efforts to target every stage of the electoral process. It also included new FBI evidence that Trump was alone in the Oval Office dining room when he posted a tweet attacking his then Vice President Mike Pence, as rioters stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021. Prosecutors are pointing to that as an example of Trump defending his private political interests, not acting in an official capacity as president. Trump has pleaded not guilty to the charges. On News Nation last night, Trump deflected, accusing Smith without evidence of interfering in the upcoming election.
And he works for Kamala and he works for Joe. This was a weaponization of government, and that's why it was released 30 days before the election. And it's nothing new in there, by the way, nothing new. They rigged the election. I didn't rig the election. They rigged the election.
According to the latest PBS News NPR Marist poll, 64% of registered voters say preserving democracy is a deciding factor in choosing a candidate for president.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future.
The subject was a major moment of Tuesday's vice presidential debate. And at a rally in Pennsylvania yesterday, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz lambasted Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, for what he called a damning non-answer.
I just asked the simplest of all questions that every single American should be able to answer. I asked him if Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. He refused to answer.
Meantime, the Harris-Walz ticket secured another endorsement from a prominent Republican voice. Cassidy Hutchinson, a former Trump White House aide, explained on MSNBC this morning why she's throwing her support behind Vice President Kamala Harris.
This is a moment that is so much bigger than a political party and our allegiance to a political party. I don't know why so many Republicans, specifically the men, are still cloaking themselves in cowardice, especially in the face of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Hutchinson made headlines in 2022 as a key witness during the House Select Committee hearings investigating January 6th.
I want to begin by thanking Ms. Hutchinson for her testimony.
The Republican vice chair of that committee, former Representative Liz Cheney, crossed party lines with her endorsement last month.
Not only am I not voting for Donald Trump, but I will be voting for Kamala Harris.
Tonight, Cheney plans to join Harris on the campaign trail in a historic location, Ripon, Wisconsin. This little white schoolhouse is where the Republican Party was formed in 1854. Tonight, it's a stage for Harris to make her case to swing voters and Republicans like Cheney who no longer feel at home in their own party. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Laura Barone-Lopez.